Hi, this is Mr. Guy, and I wanted to talk today about public financing and actually matching funds. And this is regards to primary elections for president and also general elections for president. So basically, the idea was public funds would be used to help candidates run for office. And if candidates were able to raise a certain amount of money, they would actually get matching funds from the federal government to help them raise money and keep money. And it required strict regulations on keeping track of donors and keeping track of money that was done and how much they spend. So basically, the idea was if you could raise $5,000 in a state and you could raise this in 20 different states, that's a total of 100,000, you would actually qualify for matching funds from the federal government. So for every 2,700 that you collected from an individual, 250 would be matched by the federal government. So if you raised money by individuals, they would match up to $250 per contribution. Now, you had some requirements. One of the requirements was you had to agree not to spend more than $50,000 of your own money in the primary election. You had to agree not to spend more than $10 million plus the cost of living adjustment on spending for the entire primary process, and you couldn't spend more than looks like 200,000 in each state. So that was the maximums that you could spend on each state for primary spending. There was also general matching funds. You also, the most that you could spend in the national election was $20 million plus cost of a living adjustment. You would get the matching $250 contribution per person. And then they had the national limits. We basically had the 1980 elections was publicly funded, and since then most candidates do not go with matching funds. They might do it in the primary to get bigger, but then once they raise their money, they don't need the federal government. And we haven't had the last couple elections. They've used private money. They've used more money. The federal government is not the major source of this. But this is regarding matching funds and how they calculate the matching funds and what it's used for. I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in class or post after the video. Thank you.